What's up, you guys? This is Kakashi Hatake, and I'm going to do a story about Skinwalker. I told you I was going to do creepy stories. Well, now is the time I'm going to do this creepy story. Navajo Skinwalker. Story, please advise if you are traditional, you may not want to read this. By the way, guys, I want to let you know that I got this from reddit.com. That way, if you want to see this story, you can go to www.reddit.com. Alright. My Skinwalker story. I'm half Navajo, half Mexican. For over 20 years of my life, I lived on the Navajo Nation reservation. And my Native American side of my family always warned us to be careful at night. My grandparents would always tell me stories of these shape-shifting witches who can curse you, kill you, or mess with you. They called them skinwalkers because they would take the skin of dead animals and wear them to change into that animal or something in between an animal, in between a human and animal. Not a werewolf. Never believed in it, really. I'm only half Navajo, light skinned, so I was never treated the same by most people here. So I drifted away from the culture and thought what it wasn't for me. So it was around summer. So this happened when I was in high school, so about 8 years ago. I would have been 15 to 17. I used to hang out with a group of guys who liked to do a lot of delinquent type of stuff. You know, smoke, cigs, stay up all night. All the guys playing video games at somebody's house. Then at 3 a.m., we felt like we would go sneak out to paradise. I know it's ironic, the name. It's basically a giant metal pipe that carries irrigation, water to all the farms, but really it was also a spot for kids to drink or get high in the evenings. However, the place did have a scary history of kids and adults who drowned or died in the night. I always thought those were urban legends also. At 3 a.m., that was our time. We as boys would test one another to cross this pipe. Sort of initiation. Sorry about that. Sort of an initiation. See how far you can go. We usually could go all the way across. Now keep in mind, that pipe goes well over 3 stories high. Also wide. I'd say as wide as an average car. We will walk this thing for kicks in a group of 9 at 3 a.m. So one night, me and a small group of friends were driving around, bored at 2 a.m., wanting to spook each other, so I said, let's go to paradise and walk the pipe as to most of these friends I was hanging out with had never done that like I had. They agreed, piped up on energy drinks, and we drove. It was pretty quiet. The sky was dark. The night was cold. The boys with me were Michael, Cordy, Tommy, and Theryl. Now Theryl was the driver because he had the car and his family was pretty well off too, so he never had to worry about cash. We got to the place and he didn't want to go. Said his parents were traditional and he wanted to just chill in the car. And basically he wanted to text some chick, I'm sure, while thus bugging out. Told him it's fine, keep the car locked and running in case we see something scary. Me and the other boys went on without him. As we got on to the pipe, a few of the guys were scared and had me take lead. As we crawled, I say one quarter of the way on the pipe, talking and laughing. I noticed a faint white or light gray bat bigger than my head flying around us. It dived for us a few times. We dodged it, but then Tommy slipped because of his Converse. We was wearing it almost fell off the pipe. I reached out to him grabbing his right arm. Michael had grabbed my shirt collar, and Cordy had grabbed him. Altogether, we got back on the pipe, shaking that we almost lost Tommy into the dark depths below. The bat was gone. We were all freaking out, but the guys wanted to continue. We laughed about it as guys usually do. We passed the half point on the pipe with no problems, but as we got 3/4 away, Michael saw something. You see, at the end of the pipe, there was a hill behind that hill. It is very brightly lit because of a church somewhere off in the distance. Anyway, on the hill there was a black figure, pointy ears, dog silhouette. Now, Michael was a tough guy. He yelled at the thing, saying, "I'm not scared of you, you freaking thing, Skinwalker. You freaking Skinwalker," and tossed a few rocks he had in his pocket. One rock hit the pipe, the others fell into the brush below. That shadow silhouette dog stood up on 2 legs like a person. We all freaked out, jaws dropped. Then Cordy said, "Look, another to the left." Tommy said, "There's another on the right." So 3 silhouettes of pointy dog-eared people on the hill. I told them to back up so we can get back to the car. The things to the right and left of the hill start to move down the hill toward us. Now there's just one standing guard on that hill. The one who first stood up. Now we're trying to go back where we're still 3/4 the way under us. Complete darkness. It was quiet for a few minutes. Then we heard a girl crying, sound like she was hurt and scared, almost in pain. We were overcome with a strange feeling of wanting to help. Michael wanted to go back towards the end and crawl down and help this girl. Almost followed too, but inside I was like, "No, this is wrong. Something is right." So I yelled at him and everyone, saying, You are stupid. Look at that thing. They're on the hill. You do not see those things? It's a trap. Screw that. Fake crying. If that girl is hurt, we'll come back when the sun's up in 2 hours and check. 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. is sunrise. Now, the moment I said this, the crying stopped. All the guys freaked out, saying they can't believe what came over them. They said they almost forgot what we saw before. Halfway on the pipe now, we hear a native drum being played like a powwow. We start running on this pipe. 1/4 almost to the car. Corey stops us. We can all hear under our feet. Sound like a pack of snarling, growling, yelping coyotes. But it's pitch dark below. But we know they are under us. We run full speed, not looking back to the car, and yell, drive and haul ass on that dirt road back to the gas station, and explain what happened to them. We couldn't get the girls crying out our head, and we went back in daylight just to make sure we did not find the girl. Instead, they are in that area. We heard them crying. We saw Coyote watching us a close distance away. It was not shy, just looked at us for 4 seconds and walked into the brush. Not go back there after that.